Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs. So again, back to our JavaScript series. Today we are going to talk about one important thing that static variable and the static method in JavaScript. Do we have any support for the static variables and the methods? Let's see. So what I'll do here, I'll just create one file under this, and then we are going to talk about static concept. Okay, very important for interview point of view, and especially in the object-oriented programming point of view, these concepts are very important. You should know that when to create a static variable or a static method, right? So I'll show you one basic design first. For example, let's see, I have one car class template that I have created. This car class template says that whenever you have to create the object, in order to create the object, you have to have some properties. Properties like, let's see, every car will have some name, right? Every car will have its pricing. Every car will have, let's see, the model number or some license number also, like this. But which one is the common property for all the cars, right? The common property value I'm talking about. So every car will have different name, different price, different model number or the license number. But there are some properties which are common for all the cars. It means common for all the objects. For example, let's see if I'm writing that wheels, okay? And I'm going to create n number of objects of this particular car class. Let's see, object number one, object number two, object number three. There are thousands of objects I have created. Now you think about that the name, price, model, wheels. So whatever the name, price, model, wheels will be given to each and every object. So this is the way the class works, right? That we have already discussed that name, price, model, this is the license number, and then the wheels also will be given to this particular object. So you take your copy and then you define accordingly name equal to BMW, price equal to this. Then again, you take this name equal to Audi and then some other car. Then again, you take it over here, name is equal to, let's see, Jaguar or any other car, or name is equal to some other car, let's see, Honda or whatever. So if you notice one thing, that every object will have a different values, but every object or every car will have what? A common value, which is wheels equal to 4. So for example, let's see, if the wheels equal to 4, I'm already defining here, which is wheels equal to 4. So this wheels equal to 4 will be given to this guy also, I mean this object also, and wheels equal to 4, let's see, I'm writing here, wheels equal to 4 will be given to this also, wheels equal to 4 will be given to this as well. So why are you taking this extra space unnecessary inside the memory, first of all? Because it's just a common value that every object will have the common value or common copy of the wheels. Then in that case, we have to create this variable with static in nature. But can I create a static name, price, model, license number? No, because every object will have a different name, different price, model, and the license number. But wheels equal to 4 is a common value. Try to understand common value. I'm not talking about the common name of the property over here. So if I'm declaring static wheels equal to 4, then in that case, what exactly in object-oriented programming, the wheels equal to 4 means the static will not be part of your objects. So it will not be given to the objects over here. So only the non-static stuff that you have written will be given to the object. And then we are saying that object, you define what is the name, what is the price, model, license number that you are having it. So let the car decide what will be the object name and everything, right? Then in that case, the static wheels equal to 4 means where exactly? So it will be stored somewhere inside the common memory allocation, and then the wheels equal to 4 will be given to each and every object. So can I say that this wheels equal to 4 is a common value for all the 100 cards that you have created, and they will share the common value from b is equal to 4. So what is the major advantage of this? The major advantage is that you don't need to declare, or you don't need to create the copy of the wheels for each and every object. Tomorrow, if you have 100 objects, you will have to create only one copy. And this you can say somewhere will be stored inside some static memory or whatever common memory allocation, you can say that. So I'll say that, okay, this is my, at the runtime, this common memory allocation will be given, and then the every object will access wheels equal to 4 from there. Then how will you access this particular wheels equal to 4? So all the static properties we have to access with the class thing. So whenever I'm going to print this particular information about the specific car. So for example, if let's see, this particular object is referred by car C1. This is referred by car C2, right? So with the help of object reference, I can access any, okay, whatever the object Properties are there. C1 dot name, C1 dot model name, pricing. I can access that. Same thing. C2 dot name, C2 dot price. I can access that. But can I access C1 dot wheels? No, I should not access that because it's not part of the object. Then how should I access that? So for static properties, I'll write it especially for us. For static properties, we have to use the class name. So what is the class name? The class name is car dot wheels that we have to use it. Let's see, I really want to talk about, okay, give me the information about this particular object. So here I'm writing, okay, fine, C1 dot name. So I have to use C1 here because C1 is the object reference name. I really want to use, okay, C1 dot pricing, C1 dot model number and the license number or whatever you really want to use it over here. So for every object reference, I have to use it for the specific properties. But for the common properties, or you can say the static properties, we have to use car dot wheels over here. So when to create static properties or static variables, static variables where we have to create when we see that all the objects will need only one common value, right? Let's see, for example, let's see, I'm working in one company. Okay, in that particular company, 100 employees are there. So what is the common property for those all these 100 employees? The company name, because they all are working with one common company. Let's see, the company name is equal to IBM. So they all the employees, the hundreds of employees, they are working where the company name is equal to, let's see, I'm writing IBM. So this should be your static property. It's not like this should be the non-static property. Otherwise, non-static property means each and every object will get the separate copy of the company name and they can modify it accordingly. Let's say this guy says, no, I'm working with IBM, but this guy says, no, I'm working for Microsoft. But they all are working with the common company name, that is IBM here. So that's why these kind of properties, which are having the common value for all the objects, for all the instances, should be static in nature. And the same rule, can I apply for the methods also? Yes. You can create a static methods also. So for example, let's say I'm going to create one drive method, which is non-static. So where exactly this drive method will be given? This drive method also will be given to each and every object. Okay, you take your drive method, because again, this is a non-static. So every non-static property will be given to each and every object. So this guy also, third object also will give the same drive method over here. But if I'm creating, let's see, one static method, which is common for all the objects, for example, that I'm writing that every car, let's see, stop method, something like this. Right. So this stop method is, I'm saying this is static in nature. Okay, I'll write it. Let's see, write it over here. This stop method is a static in nature. So this stop method, where exactly it will be given? It will be given inside the somewhere over here, let's see, in the static memory area, or you can say common memory allocation. How will you access stop method? Again, by using the class name. So what is the class name? The class name is car. So I'm going to use car, please stop. But I say, okay, car derive, then in that case, I'm going to use, because a drive method or driver method, whatever you have written here, it's non-static. Non-static will always be given to the object. So I have to use the object reference name here. So I have to use drive here like this. I hope this is clear. So how to use it in the code? Let's write the quick code here. So let's go to our Visual Studio Code and see this carefully. I'm going to take the same example. I'm going to create a class here. Okay, let's see the class, and the class name is the car class. And in this car class, first I'm going to declare one static variable. I know that the wheels is equal to 4 here. Okay, like this. Okay, see, can I create a constant here? No, you cannot create constant and wheels equal to 4 like this. It says that class member cannot have the constant keyword, so please remove it from here. Just simple make it a static. Can I create let? Let is also having the same problem. Can I create with the where variable? No. So simple write static wheels equal to 4, and that's it. After that, I'm going to create some class template. So we know that we have to create one constructor function. And then I'm writing that every car will have what? Every car will have its car name. Then I'm writing the model. And let's see what else property, license number or pricing, whatever you want to write it. So let's say I'm writing, or let's say simple price over here. Only 3 properties, let's say I'm using it. And which keyword we have to use it to initialize these values. So I'm writing this dot name is equal to name. And then I'm writing this dot model, which is equal to model. And this dot pricing, which is equal to pricing over here. And see, I'm avoiding this dot wheels. So let's see with the help of this, can I access wheels? So this dot wheels is equal to, and if I'm writing, let's see 50. Okay. Let's see, I have written like this. And if I try to run this, is it giving me any error or something? Because at the compile time, obviously JavaScript, not a compile time language, everything will be decided at the runtime, but this looks ugly. You should not do it like this because this means what is the representation of this? This is representing the current class object. It means current car class object. So let's run this. Is it really working? So I'm writing node and static concept.js. Okay, see, it's not giving me any error. Okay, now I'll do one thing. I'm going to create one static method also here. Okay, as such, we don't have any static method right now, but let's create two types of method. One is the static method, and the static method, let's see, I'm going to create, this is my stop static method. And here I'm writing console.log, and then here I'm writing that car stop method. And then I'm going to create one non-static method, a normal method that I'm going to create, a normal function, which is, let's see, every car will, okay, we can drive this particular car, right? And then what exactly you want? I just simply say that again, console.log, okay? And then I'm writing once again that backtick over here. And then I'm writing that this dot, or let's do one thing like this, or simple writing in a normal double quote that whatever the name that you are using it. Okay, so let's write it this dot a name of the car plus concatenate is deriving. Okay, I'm driving this particular car or something like this. So two methods that I have created. Now I'm going to create the object of this car. So how to create that? So in order to create the object of this particular car, we have to use new car over here, right? So let's do one thing. See this, if I'm creating the object like this and I'm passing the name, model and the price. So let's see, I'm passing one car, which is car is Honda. And the model I'm writing, let's see, this is 2023 model. And the price is, let's see, around 50 lakhs or something like that. And if I'm creating one constant, which is represented with C1, it means the object is representing this. So why I'm getting this error, see this? It says a constant modifier can only be used in the TypeScript file like this. And then this class member cannot have the constant keyword. Why? Because I have created this object inside the car class body. So I have to come out of this car class and then start creating the object here like this. Okay, so constant C1 is equal to this one. And then the constructor will be called, the model is Honda will be given to this, model will be given to this, and price will be given to that here. Now I really want to access, I really want to print the information of this particular car. So I'll simply write dot log method and then see this carefully. I'm writing that, okay, let's write with the help of backtick. And here I'm writing a dollar curly braces. And here I'm using this keyword. And let's say I really want to use, or instead of this, I really want to use C1 dot, which method you want to call, or which property you want to call. Let's say C1 dot name, right? And then again, I'm writing, and let's write the same exact thing here as well. So C1 dot name, and then C1 dot model, and again put a comma, and then the third property, which is pricing. So I'm writing C1 dot price over here. But if I really want to access the wheels that you have to access, I'm here once again writing with the help of class name. So I'm writing car dot and then wheels, you can use it here like that. Okay. And when I run this, let's see, is it really working or not? So I'll do one thing. I'll just go to my console, clear it and run it. So here you can see the wheels equal to 4 is coming it over here. You can directly print the car wheels also if you really want to use it, that how many wheels are there in this particular car. So simple write is the static property car dot wheels. The suggestion is coming here and then you print it. When you print it, see is giving me 4 individually here. Same thing if I really want to call the static property, I can call it the car dot stop. It means the stop method I can access, not property, exact method or function I can also call it. So when I run this again, so here you can see car stop. But let's see with the help of C1, can I access the stop? Let's try that. Okay, in Java, it is allowed with a warning at the compile time. But let's see in JavaScript what happens. In JavaScript, it's clearly giving the error that c1.stop is not a function. See, c1.stop, although it's written the function, but it's a static function, but it's not a function of the class. So that's why c1.stop, you cannot access that. So this is giving me the error over here at the runtime. But can I access c1.drive? So let's do that. So c1.drive method, I'm going to use it. And drive is the non-static function. Non-static function, we have to call it with the class reference name. See, c1 dot, all the non-static features we have to access with the reference name. So let's run it and let's see. Now you can say that yes, the whatever the car name Honda is driving, and it's not giving me any error over here. But let's see with the help of current class dot, can I access the drive method like this, right? Car dot drive, and drive is the part of the object, but I'm able to access, I'm able to access with the help of car. It means I'm trying to access with the help of class name. But let's run it. And again, it's saying the same error that car drive is not a function over here. It means it's not a static function over here. Okay, so I hope it's clear. Whenever you have to call, so this is also giving me the error. So the conclusion here is that I quickly write it for you. Remember this thing, whenever you have any static variable or any static function, use or call it by using what? Call it by using the class name. But whenever you have any non-static variable, okay, non-static variable and the function, I'm writing call it by using the class object, or I would say the object reference name over here. Okay, object reference name that you have to use it here. Simple. Now, can I access the static method or a static variable directly without using class name also? So let's try that. So here I'm writing, let's see, console.log, and I'm saying, okay, give me the value of wheels without using any class name. Okay. So see, I'm commenting it out because this line was giving me error. So let's see for line number 26, what exactly it's giving me. Again, it's saying the same thing that, okay, hey, wheels is not defined. Okay, it's giving me the error. It means we have to use it with the class name over here. So that's why if I'm writing car.wheels once again, just the way we were using at line number 21, then only it will give you a 4. So then only it was giving me 4 over here. Perfect. So I hope this is clear. So this is also will give you error. So remember these two important things. Okay. So syntax wise, coding wise, like this, it's a really good example. We can check it here and it makes sense, right? But why to create the wheels non-static? Otherwise, what will happen? 100 object or 1,000 of cards that you are creating, all these 1,000 cards will get the unnecessary extra copy, individual copy of wheels equal to 4 to each and every object will be given. So just to avoid that unnecessary thing, then we create a common property for that, right? So for example, let's see if I really want to create, let's talk about some more examples. If I really want to create one, let's say a human class. So what are the common values for all the humans? See, we all are having 2 eyes, 1 nose, 2 ear, right? So there is no point of creating non-static variables for these kind of properties because every human will have the common values here, right? Same thing, employee. They all 1,000 of employees are working with IBM. So company name will be the static property. Wheels equal to 4. Every car will have is a 4-wheeler car. Have you seen that? Okay, 3-wheeler car or 2-wheeler car? No, right? So every car will have the common value over here like that. Let's see, for example, browser. What is the common property for all the browser? The common property for all the browser is, let's see, language support. All the browsers, they support only one language, that is JavaScript. So the language variable will be the is equal to JavaScript will be the static variable. So I hope it's clear now with these examples. That's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and God bless you.